Hello guys, and welcome back to the Cheapest Chips Bargain Budget Car Challenge. So as I mentioned earlier, I wanted to see, I'm going to rephrase it because it's ish on the price. I was going to see if I could get a car, buy it, fix it, MOT it, tax it for the year, and possibly even scrape in a bit of a service for under £300. Is that even possible? Bearing in mind my Mercedes ML, that's £370 tax for the year. So just to tax me ML for a year will cost more, £70 more than this. Buying a car, fixing it, servicing it, MOTing it, and taxing it for a year. So it's a big challenge I've set myself. In fact, any other cars, most cars I'm trying to think, what cars I've even got in my fleet at the minute. So basically most cars, it will cost more to tax them than it will for this whole challenge. So, have I made it? Yes, because I remember I said I'm going to try and do it for £250, but not over £350. 300 was me max. I have done it, yes, but there's been a few little bits along the way that have caused us to change. But nevertheless, we're getting there-ish. I've just got to MOT it later on this evening. So as of this video coming live, it will be MOT'd and taxed and all the rest of it. So the only thing is, my internet went off today, the 12th of October. So as for uploading this, I don't know. I'm waiting on a 4G router coming. I bought a 4G router, which I want for the caravan anyways when we go away. And I'm getting a Smarty SIM card for a month's unlimited data for £20. Because I've got a feeling this Virgin is not going to be live anytime, as in soon, as in the next few weeks. I think it'll be pushing the hour of Christmas. So I might have issues uploading some videos, but in fairness, I'm going to Newcastle on Sunday with the kids, and you get 5G all around there, and I might just sit in a bar somewhere for half an hour and upload it on the 5G. Anyways, we're getting off subject here. Just before I get to the car, I just want to go through a few things. It's been a bit of a disastrous week this week, unfortunately, thanks to scumbags. Stephen, I'm not going to get too into what I think about these people, but I personally think a thief is the absolute bottom of the line, bottom feeders, to be quite fair, especially the type who've broken into this. So obviously we come in on Tuesday morning, and we were met by this window here. Had been there was a board thing on, ripped off, and had getting in, and again, this guy here, anybody needs any security work, boarding up, highly recommend this guy Russell who does this. Went in there, and basically there's nothing in value. Just so if anybody out there's watching of interest, there's absolute rubbish in that building. Total junk, like some old used tyres and stuff, spare tyres, things like that. Nothing of any value. But in this half, obviously the landlord uses this building as well with their family members to put stuff in, and what they had stolen was a suitcase full of women's clothing, children's clothing. That was a handbag, a purse, but obviously in a suitcase, as you do when you just put things up into the loft, and a child's scooter. And these people weren't, what's the word? Yeah, kind of professional criminal. The bottom feeders, who goes in and pinches children's clothing and scooters. Pathetic. And by the way, they were left further up the road once they had found the purse and everything, had nothing in it. Clearly, who's going to put a purse with money in a suitcase? But whatever, went in there, caused the amount of money it's cost the landlord to have all this place secured up, outweighs the 20p's worth of stuff they'll have taken. So yeah, I have my few words about that person, what I would like to do to them, but at the end of the day, they're not worth it. These people are bottom feeders, and they belong in the gutter to me. I have no time for thieves. But one thing that is quite interesting to find out, we rang Northumbria Police to make a report, and they say they will not attend any break-in to not commercial premises, but basically anything other than a house. I've heard people even have issues getting a house, when a house broke into, getting the police to the door. But it's just very nice to know, isn't it, that the police won't even attend a burglary unless it's to a home address. Why do I pay? What use are they if that's the good? So yeah, that's a bit kind of concerning. But that's enough of that anyway. So we've had the boarding all done. Nothing was taken, just cost a fortune to get the place re-secured. All the entrances, back and sides, front, all the rest of it have all been secured correctly. You know, obviously he's done all the braces behind the windows, everything. It hasn't just been board screwed to the front, of course, and all the other entrances and exits all done. So luckily, nobody attempted to touch the garage. But what we did find was the tool used to break in, which isn't your average kids thing. They had been over on the allotment stealing stuff and got a hold of this, and that's what they used to do it. So yeah, that's not what kids do. But anyways, that's that. So obviously we're a little bit concerned about that. So we've had a new alarm fitted today. We've also had our friend in who's an electrician who's fitted with these. Are unreal how bright these are. I'll just switch them on to show you. Won't see it in a minute because it's not dark obviously, but it's broad daylight and it's unbelievable how bright they are. This is going to be a game changer. Of course, you can even see it's picking up on the lens. Trust us, this is blazing sunshine and you can still see the effect. And we're getting these ones upgraded to LED ones as well. So yeah, that's going to be a massive help having that. So I'll just switch that off. So yeah, we've been going on, having to do all that on top of, so it's delayed us a bit with this Corsa. So new alarm, new lights, and we're also getting CCTV fitted, connected up the internet at the garage, so that this whole area is surveyed. So again, we can zone them off to the road so they don't bring up unnecessary notifications, and I live literally 2 minutes away from here, so it'll be nice to catch some of them in the act. No, I certainly would not be going down to condone any kind of violence, because these days somebody would stab you for the sake of pinching, like I said, 20p's worth of clothing. But it would be nice to know it's there to be able to actually even just get down and distract them or stop them. So anyways, that's been a bit of a crap week, to be fair with you guys. So it's kind of put us off the mood of doing much on the car, but it's done. I'll just switch the camera around. I said it will be done. So obviously you'll see they've got the new number plates on. Can't argue at all with them for £12 posted. Fantastic. The bonnet, I've tried polishing it up a little bit just by hand. Obviously a machine polisher would do a lot better job. It's better but not perfect, but that's done. Done the basics, tyre pressures, all the rest of it. I hope there's nothing really much to see on the surface of it, to be fair, but we'll go through the list. Again, the plates on the back, all the work's been underneath. So as you'll remember, do a check on the thing. The failures were some brake pipes, which I've done, but they were just the ferrules actually, but I just put some new flexies on it. Also, up here, that's a brand new shocker and boot. I'll just get underneath so you can see. I've obviously coated them all with wax oil. Brand new shocker because that one was burst, it failed on it, so that's that one done. Obviously the other side, I've greased it up, just wax oiled everything, given it a spray with some Lango Guard and whatnot, so the back axle's all nicely coated. Happy days. And also, I got that second-hand subframe free of charge, and I've given it a nice coat of sealant underneath there. Don't know if you guys can see. I'll try getting out to the front. I should have really parked this on the level ground. It would have helped, but that's the new subframe on. Also the flexi pipe you can just see on the exhaust. Brand new flexi. I'll show you what's been replaced in there. So that's been done. Don't know if you'll be able to see the exhaust a bit better. Probably not. I'm trying not to get down too far because it's wet on the grass there. Join the flexi pipe under there. Oh, right, I'm trying to get back up. I should have done this when it was on the lift, but I didn't have time. So yeah, I've been under, once I've changed the subframe, the arms were actually fine. They were advised that they were corroded, but to be fair, they're one of the best I've seen. So I just grinded them down, coated them with paint, and wax oiled them. So they're happy days, they're done. So I'm just going through my list now. So we'll swing the camera around. Let's have a look how we've done, and I'm going to cover up the bit at the bottom for the overall price. So the overall budget was £250. The car, £100. Tax, £35. MOT, £40. The front flexi joint, which was burst on the exhaust and leaking, which I failed the MOT on. The one what you just cut it out and put the new one in, £15. The number plates, £12. The rear shock absorber, £25. Subframe free. The oil, I told you, I recycled that out of a Fiesta. I may just come back at the end of the video and dip that just to show you how clean it is. The oil filter, £7.50. Oh, that was what it was. I didn't have to do this, but, you know, the subframe that went on, I got 2 cans of stone chip Hammerite. That was £15. So I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to change the oil either, or the oil filter. The bump stop, as you can see on the shocker, that white unit on the top, which I'll just show you, it's like a dust boot kit. I couldn't fit a brand new shocker and not fit the dust boot kit, which is, you can see that's that brand new unit there, and the rubber piece that comes down from it. Unfortunately, they don't come with the shockers, which is a bit annoying. So that was £15. When I changed the oil, the sump seal was very, very rough, the sump plug. So I put a new sump plug on. That was a £5. Again, I didn't have to, so I've gone over budget a little bit. Grease, just a bit spray grease around and about 1 can underneath, £5. And when I just went to check the lights earlier on there, for some reason, I don't know if it wasn't just noted on the other MOT, but the fog light wasn't working. It had all like kind of hazed up. But now I've put a new bulb in there and it'll work. I would show you that it working, but with the sun so bright on it, you wouldn't be able to see. So that's another job fixed on it. So how much did all that come to? Well, I was over my £250 budget, but I did it for £277.50. Now, like I've said, if I wiped off the bulb had to be done, the grease, the sump seal, technically I didn't have to do the bump stop, the stone chip 15, the oil filter 750. I could have done it for the £250, but I have gone the little bit of an extra mile just to keep it right. So, £277, full year's MOT, it will tonight by the time this video is on, full year's tax, an oil change, fully like rust-proofed underneath. I've done the whole lot, but I have actually got a picture which I'll put on if you want to go to the Facebook page and have a look. So all the back axle, the floor, the brake pipes, the second-hand subframe I fitted, that's all being coated while it was off. So all done. I'll show you some of the older parts in there. The only thing that's gone, which again the thieves have been in, is we had a load of scrap down the back of the garage, which is a lot of it's walked, and the subframe was there, and there was a few other bits, the bigger pieces that picked up, and they didn't have permission to pick it up. That's another reason we're getting the cameras put in here, guys. So I'll just open the bonnet on the car, and I'll start it up and we're going to have a little listen. Oh, and the engine management light, yes, that's what it was. I'll show you under the bonnet. I've done a few other things. So like I've said, I've done a lot more things just in labour that which wasn't necessarily part of the MOT. So I'll just bear with this. So yeah, under the bonnet, obviously, oil and filter. I have got something I want to show you on the filter. In the oil, I'll just quickly show you. It's a lot better now. As you can see, it's practically clean. And this black that's in it is actually from the oil that was already in the car. But I'll just wipe that on my finger. That is lovely and clean, not black. The car had actually only done 300 miles. And the lady wanted it serviced again. But that's just the way she is, and she always has been. So yeah, recycled oil. Nothing wrong with that at all, because it was practically brand new. It was still as new looking as the oil that come out the barrel. So yeah, so oil and filter. Horrible little metal covers you've got to take off these to get the filters, and they always come wrong. So oil and filter done. Topped up the antifreeze, so that's nice and strong. Nice new screen washing, and down the back there, the EGR valve, I've took that off. Nightmare of a job, cleaned it out, and it's been fine ever since. And down there is what you call your map sensor, just behind there, and they always clog up with soot, and I've cleaned that out as well. So we'll fire it up. It sounds bang on. Again, even starting it up after the oil change, and I let it drain overnight, and obviously they always do, any vehicle with a chain, when you start them up with an empty oil filter, when you've changed it, you get a bit of rattle. Not with this. This is the best 1300 diesel I've ever heard, and I don't like these engines, but bang on that is. Absolutely no chain rattle, even when it's been left for a week. And I don't know how that sounds on camera, but it's just a typical diesel. But like I said, with this one, no DPF, no nonsense, great. And now obviously it's not got an exhaust leak either, which makes it a lot more quieter. And it's got a nice pressure out the exhaust now. I was debating just blanking the EGR valve off, but I didn't bother. So happy days on that, and she's ticking over absolutely lovely. Just so you can see, the engine light is out. In case you go, you need to take the light off for the MOT. It's off. You see the engine's running. And there we go. No engine management light. That's obviously the handbrake. No warning lights on at all. happy days. I forgot I didn't really show you much inside the car on that video, but it's tidy enough. It's nice. It does me for what it's cost us. You can't go wrong at this. So I'm just going to go into the garage now. I can hear the compressors just kicked in, so I'm going to pause it now, wait till it stops, and I'll join you in the garage and show you some of the parts we've removed. Right, so I'll show you the bits that I've removed. The old boy, he's been having a bit run with the gate closed, haven't you? Eh? He's been having a good play. Hunter's on his day off today, in case you're wondering. So it's me and the old boy will be having a walk home tonight, and he wants to say hello to all. So I'll show you what I've removed. First up, what's on the floor is this, which may as well be black paint. Like I've said, 3 litres of oil in a diesel is never a good idea, and that's how these suffer. So, yeah. And like I said, that oil, that practically brand new oil that's gone in with a very, very slight amount of petrol in it is perfect, because it acts as a perfect flushing agent, so that in a few months' time, I can just do a quick, it's acting as a flush, but not an aggressive kind of flush. So yeah, glad to get that oil out of it. Like I said, all this stuff I didn't really need to do, so I have actually met my budget. So, quick lesson to be learned. Even though this is the most, like I've said, come on, using used oil. Yes, it was the most cleanest used oil I've ever had to come across before. But, just want to prove this days that I don't make this up. Honestly, this car is penny pinching at the best. And I'll still use a Bosch filter. So just to prove my point, even on a bargain budget challenge, I won't use a crap filter, at least an oil filter. So, this is the problems you get, you see, when you use, which this had fitted previously, cheap rubbish filters. You see the all distort like that? Hasn't even, I don't know what kind of brand it is. That's how bad of a brand some of these filters are when they don't even have a brand on. It's to the next level. So yeah, that was definitely worth changing. That would have been causing massive issues with oil pressure. So yeah, glad to get that one out. So that's that. You've seen the oil. This shocker had burst, but as you can see, the dust boots kit is non-existent. So that had to be changed. It really annoyed us because, what was it on my list? I've got it here somewhere. What was that again? Yeah, 15 quid. You know, the shocker was only 25. It just makes it, you know, that's like what? Where is it? Yeah, like, you know, nearly 50 quid just for some, you know, and that's, as you see, the kits that come as two. Again, Kayaba, original equipment. So now, and as it happens, the one on the other side isn't perfect. So I suppose I've got a nice spare, which comes with a bump stop and the boot. So, yeah. Annoying how A, they don't come with the shockers, which is ridiculous, and B, that you've got to buy them in a pair. I just want to demonstrate to you just how broken this shocker was. I should not be able to do this as quick. In fact, I didn't even need to. If I do that again, it'll actually just drop just under its own weight to come down. Yeah, so just under its own weight, it's gone. So yeah, definitely need it changed. So there's another shocker to add to the pile. Fiat as well, and they were off a Fiat. A Ford Ka, which is a Fiat 500. These Corsas are a Fiat Punto. Along my lines of why I dislike Fiats so much, because there's a reason. So yeah, so that was the shocker, the oil filter, and in this box of goodies, that was the bust flexi joint on the exhaust. So I just grinded that off, and the new one's gone on. Really good idea for that kind of money. I will definitely use one of them again in the future, as long as you get the right measurements. So yeah, that was what it failed on for a major leak on the exhaust. Oh, there we go. There's the bulb from the fog lamp, which has turned like a crystal globe in there. So now the fog light's working, part of the MOT, and that was the state of the sun plug. So yeah, again, I could have saved all this money by just simply not changing the oil and not doing the little bits of extra that I've done, but why not? I may as well do a proper job. I mean, now it doesn't really need much, to be fair. The air filter and fuel filter were just done last year. Doesn't need them done. So yeah, in fact, I've just realised I've left it ticking over there. So what do you think? Good. And again, the car is minging. It's still covered in dust and everything from when I've been working on it. As you can see down here, it's still really bad. So with a good polish and clean, I think it will come up really good, apart from that bonnet. And I am going to just secure these little front bits on the bumper a little bit better. Those. Yeah, that is just ticking over. Lovely. We'll give it a little rev, because it's warmed up. I'm not obviously going to diesel. We don't rev diesels for the sake of it, but it really does sound sweet. Lovely turbo whistle to it, actually. Absolutely bang on. Especially the fact it's a 5-door. What more do you want for a winter beater? I'm becoming quite attached to my Golf. So if I start having some really rough weather with bad salt and everything getting spread, I may even just give that a few months off rest over the winter and use this thing. So yeah, what do you think? I really didn't think I would get anywhere near the 300, to be fair. I thought it would be way over 300. But the fact is, I have. Like I've said 277, but if I hadn't done them few little extra bits, I could have easily done it for 250. So yeah, not bad. Bought it, fixed it, taxed it for a year, MOT'd it for a year, serviced it, done all the other little bits and bobs, under-sealed it, greased it, everything. Happy days. So leave a comment below. What do you think? What do you think I should do with the car? I think I am just going to keep it indefinitely and just have it there all the time. Even if it stands for weeks at a time, months at a time, I know I could wipe my whole fleet out and get rid of them all. And I'll always have a car which is going to be there, taxed, MOT'd and insured to jump into, you know. And a lot of my other cars I get quite particular about. People say, can I lend your car? I'm never a big fan of lending anybody my cars because I see the way how too many people drive. But with something like this, within reason, I would probably lend somebody it, you know what I mean, to use if they were really stuck. Good car to have around for the garage. Good, to be fair, it'll do 1,000,000 miles to the gallon. It's a good car to have, even doing the odd longer journey, I suppose. So let us know what you think. Leave a comment below. Do you think there's anything more I should do to it? Do you hate it? Do you think I should still scrap it? Do you think I should crush it? Whatever. What do you think? What do you reckon I should do with it? Do you think it's a long-term keeper or not? Who knows? But anyways, sorry to rabble on. I just thought I'd give you an update because now for the next few weeks things are going to be really busy at the garage. I don't know what the internet situation is. We're getting CCTV fitted to the garage next week, I think. So that's going to be a lot of disruption. And like I've said, it's just non-stop here at the garage. Absolutely non-stop. In fact, I've got my MOT time for that at 5 o'clock. And I've got the hybrid Toyota Yaris to bring back to the garage because the people who are wanting to buy that are coming first thing Friday morning. So yeah, it's going to be like 6 o'clock by the time I get back to the garage. And I've still got to walk the dog home. So yeah, it's going to be a late night again, like it has been every single night this week. I haven't even seen my daughter once this week on an evening, and I'm definitely not going to see her tonight. She'll be in bed. So yeah, good job. It's my birthday on Saturday, people. I don't know when I'll be putting this out. I might try and get it out on Friday night. So yeah, if you are watching this on Friday the 13th, that'll be right. It's my birthday tomorrow. I'm a big age of 35. So yeah, feeling flies on us. Feeling my age now with all the late nights of working and stuff, but yeah, I suppose I'm just young in a sense compared to what most people keep saying. But at 35, I'm beginning to wonder where some of my life's gone. I keep looking back to things I did when we were younger, and I'm thinking that's 15 years ago. You know, I passed my test in 2006, and I'm thinking, you know, that is a long time ago now, where it only used to feel like a small amount of time. But, you know, that's how things go. But anyways, please leave your comments below. If you want to keep track of it, have a look on Facebook, as you normally do. I've got Cardiff Garage North East on there. And again, thank you to everybody who's left the donations. Like I've said, Kit, Kevin X-Type, Fiesta Man, Adam, I think they're called, Pilate, the usual ones. Thank you very, very much for your donations. Again, it's really it helps me out no end for these little jobs, you know. Buys us a set of number plates, gets a bulb, gets the a sump plug, little things like that. It just all goes towards helping the project. Because as we're getting this done at home, I've had all my radiators fitted, changed. That's cost a lot of money, and we're getting a toilet fitted in the ensuite, because we had in my house, my ensuite has got a shower and a sink, no toilet. Just stupid. So we're getting the sink taken out and getting a toilet fitted with I've never seen one before. It's got like a little basin on top of the cistern of the toilet, and obviously the water goes to the tap, but then the wastewater goes into the cistern, which just recycles it when you flush the toilet. So it's ideal. So now, which I've always wanted, I've got a second toilet in the house. Nightmare when you've got young kids in the bathroom for ages, and you come in from work and they're all in the bathroom. So it's great, have the second toilet in the house, but then I've getting rid of the great big sink that never gets used, gained a sink, gained a toilet, and now I've got a perfectly usable second, bathroom basically again. But that's all costing money, so at the minute it's been a lot of spending when it comes to the house. So yeah, thanks for watching. As you know, the links are below. If you want to do the super thanks, that somehow works through YouTube, I'm not sure. And if you want to buy me a coffee, the link is down below. in the description. If you have enjoyed watching this, there will be more to come on the course, some adventures, some more work I'm going to do. Hit the like, leave a comment. If you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe. It's free of charge. So again, I'll catch you soon. I will try and get the weekly vlogs back up and running soon, just when things kind of settle down. But I'll catch you all on the next video.